Hi, welcome back to the channel, TrainStation 2. Alright, I'm prepared for the Japanese event second competition with a good number of EPs head start. Alright, so now this is the preparation video. I'm going to show you that I'm going to collect all those tiny EPs like 17 and 38. I'm going to keep that 53 EP. So I'm going to keep all those that are huge EPs because you wanted a huge EP head start. I mean, that's the main purpose of preparation for the next competition. Unlike the first competitions, which we can't prepare a head start EPs. So what do you mean by head start EPs? So basically, you have three jobs. With your three jobs, you prepared and you do not collect them when the start of the competition. When you start collecting them, that will propel you to the top of the ranks. All right. So that's how it works by preparation of the EPs. Okay. So this is just one of the preparation work we got to do. So besides that, I think we all have to work really hard to make sure we have generated or created all these Japanese factory items. You got to store a lot of them in the warehouse because that's the purpose, and we all know that based on our experience in the first competition, a lot of these Japanese event items are being asked during the event itself. Basically, the event competition, you got to really slot to make sure that you get all the items in preparation for them while in the competition. I think that's really tough. So what we really urge you to do is to prepare a lot of them, be it the umbrellas, be it the paper, be it the calligraphy set and whatnot. Just make sure you prepare all of them in advance. Put them in the storeroom. Yes, I do have a tiny storeroom nonetheless, but at least I'm trying to clear out all the items from that warehouse, which act as my storeroom. For all these Japanese items. At the same time, how do I clear them? Yes, there are one easiest option, which is to bin them away, but I find it quite a waste. So I'm going to try to fulfill the other customers' requests based on what I have right now. So that would actually allows me to gain some leveling up, like what I did right now, 252. At the same time, you put good use of my items, and then empty out my space, the precious space in the warehouse, to fit in all this Japanese event items. So that's tip number 2, right? So there are 2 tips I may just share with you. I mean, EP head start, and of course preparing all the Japanese factory items. Okay, and third tip to share with you is really you got to start really late in the competition. Okay, at least 12 hours late. Of course, you do have a dilemma whether if I start late, would I be able to generate sufficient those event keys in exchange for the 5 so-called 4 trains. Okay, so I think what we should concentrate on now is not on the event key trains first, but rather the legendary train that requires 1000 event coins. So that is your first priority. I always set that as mine. So you need 3 wins, 3 first, so you get 350 coins per first win. Then you get 1050 in total because you need 1000 event coins to exchange for that legendary samurai train. Okay, so that is your first priority. Okay, so after that, then you can work on your event keys, which you can exchange using 4000 event keys for the second this legendary train. Okay, so of course there are other trains, the epic, rare, and common. Whether you get it or not is secondary. Most importantly to me, and I think I urge you to do the same, the 2 legendary trains. Legendary trains are not easy to come by. Needless to say, those regional legendary trains that you collect have lower this capacity of, I think, 60, but event trains, they have a good 80 capacity. So that's the difference between an event train and a regional train. Okay, so and furthermore, as a collector of trains, and because we all play this game because we like trains, having such event trains actually increase your enjoyment for this game. Like you have this nice little looking samurai train. That's really good, right? So I really urge you to do that. Okay, so the other thinking is that if I do start on time, what will happen? Okay, so if you do start on time, very simple, you will not make it to the first in the competition. As simple as that. Why so? Unless you are a paying customer, which I am not, I'm a free to play. You means that both you and me wouldn't have sufficient gems to fight with those paying customers who are willing to pay big bucks to buy gems and then eventually pay their way through using gems to get to the first position. So we can't fight with those paying customers. They are too strong for us. We got to think our own way. We got to think by starting late, and then work our way out against other free-to-play players, hopefully, not those paying customers. In the last competition, I was really having a hard time. It was really tough, but I guess the person is indeed a free-to-play. Otherwise, I would have lost, and he or she could have paid using gems to win me. So I've shared 3 tips, and now the 4th tip. Okay, why is it good to delay your start? There's another advantage to it. It's basically you defer your 100% completion in the event map. Why am I so afraid? Because based on my experience in other events, once you hit 100%, it will be very difficult because you have tiny EPs jobs and the quantity is extremely tough. Coupled with the fact that every single customer has a cap in terms of how many jobs they can do. For example, some you'll see a certain number. All jobs start with 1 and then slash 30 or slash 5 or whatever. So if you slash 30, it just means that the person can give you 30 jobs. Okay, so you can see they give you 30 jobs. Once you complete the last 30th job, it means that you have completed that person's that customer's request. So 30 out of 30 will be your last job. What will happen next is that there'll be again so-called recycle, a restart back to 1/30. But that is very different. The EP generated from that 1/30, the next round 2, will be tiny, and the quantity they ask for is scary. So you gotta bear in mind this. So if you want to jeopardize your own chances of getting first, by all means start early. By all means finish 100% as soon as possible, because with that double whammy of 100% completion and customers fulfilling all the way to probably round 2 or round 3 of requests, you are not going to win any competition. That you can trust me, because I myself, I used to start on the dot, which means that, for example, this event going to start in probably 8 p.m. Singapore time. At 7:55, I'll be waiting for the game to start, the competition start. The moment it strikes 8, I'll just go into the competition and go for it. That is the worst decision I ever made. So with that kind of experience, I learned my lesson. So I'm sharing with you. Hopefully you get first as well, and you get those legendary train for free. There's no need to pay for legendary train. Every event, you're guaranteed if you follow my method, you will have 2 legendary trains for sure. Okay, so do not exchange. Okay, the next tip is do not exchange those event keys for common, rare or epic trains first, or always exchange for the legendary train. Once you have that legendary train, then by all means you should try for the epic trains. Okay, there's no rush to exchange for the trains. Basically end of the competition, the developer will give us like 48 hours or minimally 24 hours, because normally I do see them giving us 48 hours to redeem all the rewards. Okay, so you gotta bear that in mind. There's no rush. Save up as much as possible. You won't know. Probably you thought that you wouldn't be able to get legendary. You won't know at the last minute. Why so? The last 48 hours, if you still have jobs undone, you can finish them and then get those not EP, but rather event keys. Then you can still exchange for your trains. Okay, so what if you have indeed, like me, get first, and then eventually we are lucky together, we get first for 3 times and we exchange for the legendary train already? What happened to the event coins? The event coins can be exchanged for a good number of gold. Okay, that's where you get thousands or tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of gold which you can't get in your normal region. You will get it from events like this. So that's why I'm always urge you to start late so that you can get legendary train and lots of gold. I mean, you may have legendary trains in your own region, you don't bother about legendary train, that's perfectly fine. Then you exchange for all the golds wherever you possible. If you are into trains collection and you really wanted to exchange for all the 5 trains, and you're not bothered about the goal amount and winning competition, then I urge you at least start late for 3 competition and get 3 first. On the 4th competition onwards, then by all means you can play freestyle. Alright, start early and not winning competition, but grab as much event keys as possible. So that's another method of playing. Alright, so I think I've shared a few tips with you, and these are the real tips that I could share, and I think I really wish that you win. And then of course you can see me now still storing all the items as much as possible to make sure we have all this number of items, good number of items I must say, and a good number of EPs to be collected. I wish you good luck. I'm not going to log in the game anymore. I'll probably log in 12 hours late at least. Thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe. Goodbye.